internal reconstruction and capital reduction. First of all, what is need of this reconstruction? Basically, reconstruction is essential for restructuring the business when a business is suffering continuously losses for 3 or more than 3 years. So reason can be financial statements do not show true and fair view. So whatever is shown in balance sheet may or may not exist, or whatever the financial condition is shown as per balance sheet is not in reality. So this can be one of the reason. One more is assets have large portion of fictitious or overvalued or intangible assets which are unproductive. So asset side is correct, but on asset side, if there is fictitious asset, it may not provide any return, or if there is any intangible asset which may not be productive, or some asset might be revalued. So due to such unproductive assets, the balance sheet may not show correct picture. Next one is long overdue liabilities. If some liability is not settled for very long time due to the poor financial condition, it can be one of the reason for reconstruction, because it reduces the goodwill, or it is not useful for long term solvency of the business. So long overdue liabilities is also a sign in which reconstruction is required. And most important is there is no possibility of recovery in near future, or there is no possibility of getting converted into profitable business in near future. So this is the reason for which reconstruction is essential. Next is difference between reconstruction and winding up of a business. In reconstruction, there is attempt for improvement of financial position of a business, and winding up is closing down the business activity, but commencement of this closing down process is called as winding up. So when we wish to close down a business, it is winding up, and when we wish to convert a loss making business into profit making business, it is reconstruction. So in case of a business who is continuously running into losses, both alternatives are available, but which one is useful is depending upon the decision of manager. Next is internal and external reconstruction. Internal is completely at the option of management. There is internal arrangement of various activities and various attempts are made for improvement of financial position of the company, but internally without help of any other business. Whereas external reconstruction is with assistance of any other business. It is normally amalgamation, merger, acquisition, takeover. In this type, there is assistance from any outside business. So when it is internally completed, it is internal reconstruction, and when assistance of any other business is taken, it is in internal reconstruction. The scheme should be prepared and it must be approved by High Court. Directors should prepare the scheme. पहिलं त्यांना इंटरेस्ट असायला हवा की आपलं आपण रिकन्स्ट्रक्शन करू शकतो, तरच ते तशी स्कीम शेअर होल्डर्सच्या समोर प्रस्ताव मांडून सादर करू शकतात, आणि ती स्कीम शेअर होल्डर्सकडून ॲप्रूव्ह झाली की हायकोर्टकडून सुद्धा ॲप्रूव्ह होणं कंपल्सरी असतं. Scheme consists of reduction in size of the business and operations. So they can opt for continuing the business which is profit making, or they can reduce the scale of operations. म्हणजे बिझनेस मोठा ठेवला तर तो लॉस मध्ये जाण्याची शक्यता असते, म्हणून ते छोट्या प्रमाणात तो बिझनेस चालू ठेवू शकतात. हे एक ऑप्शन असू शकतं. दिस रिकन्स्ट्रक्शन कॅन बी ऑफ फायनान्शियल, टेक्नॉलॉजिकल, मॅनेजमेंट or marketing. It can be either one, or it can be reconstruction of each and every activity. It can be financial, it can be adopting new technology, it can be total change in existing management, or it can be change in marketing strategies. Which alternative is required, it depends upon the business to business. Then attempts are made for improvement of efficiency by downsizing. So it is decrease in size of operations so that the operations can be efficient and profitable. Here we are concerned with financial restructuring only. In financial restructuring, adjustment is made in assets and liabilities. So in accounting work, there is some adjustment in asset and liability to show the real picture of the business as per balance sheet and financial statements. Next can be subdivision of shares. Shares can be divided into several parts by reducing its face value. Next, it can be consolidation of shares, that is increasing the face value of share and reducing the number of shares. यात दोनही मध्ये कुठेही शेअर कॅपिटलचा अमाउंट बदलत नाही, फक्त शेअर्सची संख्या आणि त्याची फेस व्हॅल्यू चेंज होते. नेक्स्ट इज कन्वर्जन ऑफ शेअर्स और डिबेंचर्स. Preference shares can be converted to equity shares, or debentures can be converted to preference shares or equity shares in order to improve the efficiency and reduce the burden of continuous payment of fixed payment for next few years. There can be cancellation of unissued capital. The capital which is not issued, it can be cancelled because the business, if it is over capitalized, this option is used to cancel the unissued capital. There can be surrender of shares from shareholders in order to cancel the shares. म्हणजे शेअरहोल्डर स्वतःकडचे काही शेअर्स कंपनीकडे जमा करतात आणि त्याच्यावरचा अधिकार सोडून देतात, त्याला सरेंडर ऑफ शेअर्स असं म्हणतात. हा शेअरहोल्डर्सकडून कंपनीसाठी केलेला एक सॅक्रिफाईस असतो किंवा त्याग असतो, म्हणजे कंपनी लॉंग टर्ममध्ये इम्प्रूव्ह व्हावी या हेतूने. त्यामुळे सरेंडर ऑफ शेअर्स हे ऑप्शन सुद्धा यूज केलं जाऊ शकतं. नेक्स्ट, देअर कॅन बी डिक्रीज इन पेड ऑफ व्हॅल्यू ऑफ शेअर्स अँड डिबेंचर्स. So instead of total cancellation of shares, paid off value can be reduced. So this is useful for sacrifice from the owners and members of the company in order to maintain the continuity of business. Adjustment in balance sheet items, it can be first of all on liability side, decrease in equity and preference capital, it is paid off value reduction. Next, waive of the unpaid interest and dividend completely or partially. If there is unpaid amount of interest or dividend for last number of years, it can be partially settled or it can be cancelled. It depends upon the financial position and liquidity position of the business. Next, there can be conversion of creditors, debentures or loan into equity shares. So instead of making default in payment or cancellation of the payment, company can appeal them to convert their liability into equity shares. And one more option is liabilities can forgo their claim amount partially or completely. So any liability which is not settled for long term, they can reduce their claim completely or partially. म्हणजे ज्यांना आपण काही पैसे देणं लागतो त्यांनी बिझनेस बंद होऊन अजिबात पैसे न मिळण्यापेक्षा त्यांचं काही क्लेम आत्ता कमी केलं किंवा कॅन्सल केलं तर शिल्लक अमाऊंट त्यांना केव्हा ना केव्हा दिलं जाऊ शकतं. काही जण लगेच जे पेमेंट ड्यू असेल ते काही दिवसानंतर द्या किंवा काही महिन्यानंतर द्या असं ऑप्शन ॲक्सेप्ट करू शकतात. नेक्स्ट इज ॲडजस्टमेंट इन बॅलन्स शीट आयटम्स फ्रॉम ॲसेट साईड. फर्स्ट इज टू कॅन्सल दी फिक्टिशियस intangible assets and accumulated losses. So these assets are shown on asset side, but there is no return, there is no gain out of these assets. So if there are some assets which are intangible but they are not providing any income to the business, they can be cancelled. Accumulated losses are profit and loss account shown on asset side due to losses for last few years, or there can be some fictitious asset like expenses on issue of shares, discount on issue of shares. All these assets are cancelled to show the correct position of assets. There can be revaluation of tangible assets. If some asset is undervalued, it can be shown at actual value. Similarly, if it is overvalued, it can be shown at actual value. हे बऱ्याचशा वेळेला बिल्डिंगच्या बाबतीत होतं. बिल्डिंग आपण विकत घेताना जी किंमत असते त्यापेक्षा मार्केटमध्ये खूप जास्ती किंमत आता असू शकते. मग त्याची ॲक्च्युअल व्हॅल्यू दाखवणं हे रिकन्स्ट्रक्शनमध्ये पॉसिबल असतं, ते जे रिव्हॅल्युएशनमध्ये होऊ शकतं. देन प्रॉपर व्हॅल्युएशन ऑफ स्टॉक अँड डेटर्स. स्टॉक हे ॲक्च्युअल व्हॅल्यूला आपण दाखवत असतो, पण मार्केट प्राईस समजा त्याची कमी असेल तर ती दाखवणं उपयोगी असतं. किंवा डेटर्स यांची ॲक्च्युअल जे रिअलायझेबल व्हॅल्यू आहे, जे पैसे खरोखर वसूल होऊ शकतात तेच पैसे फक्त डेटर्स म्हणून दाखवायचे. जे येऊ शकणार नाहीत पैसे त्याला आधीच बॅड डेब्ट्स म्हणून दाखवून टाकायचं. One important account as far as accounting is concerned is capital reduction account. This account is prepared to record all increase and decrease in assets and liabilities. So any transaction which is executed in reconstruction is posted in capital reduction account for its increase or decrease. Any gain or loss on revaluation is transferred in this account. So when there is any change in any asset or liability, it is considered as gain or loss and it is shown in capital reduction account. Credit balance in this account is transferred to capital reserve. So at the end of execution of this scheme, if there is credit balance, it is transferred to capital reserves and there is no possibility of debit balance, because basically this scheme is executed in order to downsize the business. So there can be nil balance or there can be credit balance only. This credit balance is transferred to capital reserves. Now next is how this account is prepared. Now understand this, because at the time of solving the question you need to use this debit and credit logic. So first green line indicates there is increase in asset or decrease in liability. It indicates gain, म्हणजे आपला फायदा केव्हा होतो जर ॲसेटची व्हॅल्यू वाढवली किंवा लायबिलिटीची व्हॅल्यू कमी केली. यातला कोणताही ॲसेट असू दे किंवा कोणतीही लायबिलिटी, इक्विटी कॅपिटल पासून क्रेडिटर्स पर्यंत कोणतीही लायबिलिटी कमी झाली किंवा कोणताही ॲसेट वाढला तर तो बिझनेसचा गेन असतो. मग इथे गेन एंट्रीमध्ये घेताना रिस्पेक्टिव्ह ॲसेट और लायबिलिटी अकाउंट डेबिट अँड क्रेडिट कॅपिटल रिडक्शन अकाउंट. महत्त्वाची गोष्ट अशी की गेन किंवा प्रॉफिट झाला की कॅपिटल रिडक्शन अकाउंट क्रेडिट होतं. नेक्स्ट इज डिक्रीज इन ॲसेट और इन्क्रीज इन लायबिलिटी, म्हणजे ॲसेट कमी झाला किंवा लायबिलिटी वाढली तर तो आपला लॉस असतो. मग लॉस असेल तर कॅपिटल रिडक्शन अकाउंट हे डेबिट होतं आणि रिस्पेक्टिव्ह ॲसेट और लायबिलिटी अकाउंट हे क्रेडिट होतं. एक्झाम्पल एक घेऊ. इफ देर इज रिडक्शन इन व्हॅल्यू ऑफ स्टॉक और एनी अदर ॲसेट बाय 40,000, म्हणजे आपला कोणताही ॲसेट कमी झाला तर ॲसेट कमी म्हणजे आपली प्रॉपर्टी कमी झाली, याचा अर्थ आपला लॉस झाला आहे. सो इन केस ऑफ लॉस कॅपिटल रिडक्शन अकाउंट इज डेबिटेड टू स्टॉक और एनी ॲसेट अकाउंट विच इज रिड्यूस्ड बाय 40,000. कमी झाला असेल ॲसेट तर आपला लॉस होतो. कॅपिटल रिडक्शन अकाउंट इज ऑलवेज डेबिट इन केस ऑफ लॉस. One more transaction is decrease in paid up value of equity shares by 1 lakh. So here decrease in paid up value of equity shares is decrease in liability by 1 lakh. So when there is decrease in liability, it is gain for the business. In case of gain, capital reduction account is credited. म्हणजे जर आपला फायदा झाला तर कॅपिटल रिडक्शन अकाउंट क्रेडिट होतं. त्याप्रमाणे एंट्री इथे केलेली आहे. इक्विटी शेअर कॅपिटल अकाउंट डेबिट to capital reduction account. Debit side can be any liability where there is decrease in the amount. So entries will be after deciding whether there is a gain or loss. For loss, debit capital reduction account, and for gain or profit, credit capital reduction account. So thank you and best of luck for the questions. This is a scoring topic, easy topic, so prepare very good for this and best of luck.